Today's topic, how can I save money on a cruise before, during, and after? Very first one, and this is one that we found out years ago, and it still holds true today. Save the most on your sailing when school is in session.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Cruise lines are going to cost the most per person when school is out. So if you are planning to cruise during spring break or through the summer or Christmas the holidays or Thanksgiving, which is a new one because Thanksgiving used to be cheap.
Right.
But now now it's back, it's dang near like Christmas. So all of those holidays are when it's most expensive. So think about taking the kids out of school.
So just remember, anytime that part, whenever the kids can play, you need to stay. I'm just saying. Next tip for us, tip number 2.
Tip 2.
If you're staying in a hotel, then you want to look for a land cruising park and cruise package.
Yes.
Park and cruise packages, especially if you plan to stay in the port the night before. These are excellent ways to save your money. We use
GoPort.
And I think there's one more. We haven't tried them out. But there are places that offer you either free or discounted parking. They offer you fares, not fares, but they offer you travel to the port. And help with your baggage. But you can definitely save some money by using some of those services, especially if you're not familiar with the port. Maybe it's your first time coming to a particular port. Then I would just research to see if there are any park and cruise services in those areas, especially that can get you maybe from a hotel to the cruise port or from the airline to the cruise port. That is an excellent way for you to save some money.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially because I know for like GoPort, they have the fly and cruise. They have the snooze park and cruise. So they have a lot of different options. And I know they have a lot of different places besides Port Canaveral because that's where GoPort is. So Miami has a lot of hotels that have a park and cruise option as well. Same with Fort Lauderdale.
This is going to be a tip for if you're already on a cruise ship. It's still helping you save money on your cruise. Look at your daily planner, because they offer discounts every single day.
Oh, yeah.
Whether that's going to be on the spa. Sometimes they have special classes for fitness, special drink packages for, or, like tastings and whatnot for the bars. And you can save a considerable amount of money. For instance, if there's a happy hour at a certain bar the next day, you can find out that information and then you can plan ahead and save some money.
Yeah. Also look for those the drink of the day. Those are usually a discounted.
Especially if it's something that you like and you just go and you do on a la carte, that either one.
you win for a day.
Yeah, you win for a day. The next tip, unless you got something else to expound on that, is doing your math on the drink packages before you buy.
Oh yeah.
I don't know about you, but I think drink packages are super gougers for cruise lines, especially if you're on Royal Caribbean. Whenever the drink package exceeds the amount that you pay for the cruise that you're going on,
the drink package should not cost more than the cruise.
Like, do you really need to drink that week? Or would you rather take that money and cruise for another week? Here's the thing with drink packages. They can either save you huge amounts of money or they can have you waste a lot of your money.
Yeah.
Like, there's no in between. So just do the math. Find out,
how much are you really going to drink?
Yeah. Like, don't just be like, I'm going to get on here and I'm going to wild out with a drink. No. Find out how much you would actually drink. Start from the morning, because most drink packages do include like specialty coffees and things like that. But start from the time you wake up to the time you would go to bed and figure out how many drinks you would have. Are you going to have a coffee or two during the day? Are you going to have a cocktail at the bar? At the pool, or something during lunch? You're going to have something for dinner, and then just do the math. Add it up. See if the per day price per person
is worth it.
Unless you're on Virgin, and then you just buy the
you buy your
bar tab, and it don't matter. And the second person doesn't have to do that. But yeah, do your math because it's not.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah, we don't always do the drink package, even though we are big proponents of drinking on ships.
Yeah.
We don't always do the drink package because we know for the two of us what we would actually end up drinking.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's smarter to not do the drink package and just go a la carte.
Next tip, and some of this is going to be elementary for a lot of you, but there are a lot of first-time cruisers on board. Sign up for packages you're going to use before you get on board.
Oh, yeah.
I'm one that sometime I forget, and even having cruised dang near 50 cruises, I'll forget to go in and look and see what kind of special they have before I get on board. But you'll know for certain that you'll get your money's worth if you buy a package ahead of time, like the internet.
Yeah, Wi-Fi packages usually are discounted very heavily before the cruise.
Yeah, like for instance, Royal will do like buy one, get 50% off the second one.
They also have it if you are booking to definitely look for like Black Friday deals, because I know Royal Caribbean does a lot of Black Friday stuff, and where you get a major discount on drink packages or Wi-Fi packages. Same with Celebrity.
Yeah. I mean, a small discount is still a discount.
It's a discount.
So anything you can save on internet, specialty dining, drink packages.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about dining. Yeah.
Definitely do that. A lot of port areas cater to cruisers, right?
Right.
So they either have free or very cheap Wi-Fi while you're visiting. So wait until you get into port to go,
then go online. Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I phrased that completely wrong.
Yeah, because I was like, what are you talking about? Okay, so I actually did this for our last cruise when we were in Alaska, where you would think on an Alaskan cruise that the Wi-Fi, especially on Celebrity, which generally has good service, it didn't. Like the basic Wi-Fi was basic and it was horrible. So while we were cruising, whenever we got to port, it was awesome that we were in Alaska because we didn't pay any additional roaming charges or roaming fees or anything like that. I could check my email. I could send out all the stories or do everything that I wanted to do on social media in port, and it was fabulous. Yeah.
So that also rolls into another tip to save some coins while on a cruise ship. You can share an internet package.
Yes.
So let me put you on game when I'm talking about sharing an internet package. So let's say you go online and you notice that it's like $59 a day. You're on a 7-day cruise. Of course, you can, pay for yourself a package and pay for your spouse or whoever's going with you for a package. But again, if you don't really use the Wi-Fi like that, or you want to be strategic, just buy one and then share it. Maybe one person uses it in the morning, or, once they sign off, the other person can sign back on. But, I'm just trying to give you ways to help you save some money. Cruise tip.
One we take advantage of a lot.
Yeah. Be sure to bring some wine or champagne from the house.
You can't bring liquor.
Or beer.
But you can definitely bring wine or champagne.
It's not going to last the entire trip, of course, but it's still cheaper
it'll get
than
you at
buying
least a day.
several glasses while you're on the ship.
It'll get you at least a day.
And stay away from the TikTok hooks, because cruise lines have gotten wise to that. Not hate for you to either get embarrassed, get in trouble, or have some taken from you. But how much you can bring will depend on the individual cruise line, but it's often one regular size bottle per person.
Some cruise lines do 2 bottles per person.
Yeah. So if you like wine at dinner, or just casually during the day while you're sitting out on the balcony or something, bring your own.
Bring your own.
And, get the high ABV stuff. And you'll be good to go.
There's lots of wines out there. Actually, we should do a video on that. Lots of wines out there, actually, that have a very high ABV. That'll get you there. Yeah.
Next tip, nothing is worse than booking a cruise and then going online and seeing a lower price for it than what you paid.
Oh,
so good news
story
is
of my life as a travel advisor.
You may still be in luck if it happens to you. Once you book your cruise, it's a good idea randomly to check. Now, as a TA, I will tell you, we love y'all, but if the price change every day,
we ain't checking it every day.
Give us an extra day or something in there. But if it has changed, then call the cruise line, let them know. At worst, there's nothing they can do about the price change, but sometimes they will refund you the price difference
in the form of credit.
Yeah.
They're
on
not
board.
going to, unless your cruise is like really far out and you've noticed that the cruise has gone down in price. They're either going to give you credit on when you get on board, or if it's like 120 days, like way far before the final price, then they may do a refund. They try not to do a refund.
Right. They're going to try to keep their money.
They're going to try to keep that little bit of coin. So just know that if they do a difference in price, it's going to be in the form of credit.
Yeah. So, yeah, all it takes is a phone call, a few minutes of your time, or if you're working with a travel advisor, just reach out to them and have them look for you.
And have the details. Oh, my God. If you're reaching out to a travel advisor and you say, ooh, I think the price went down.
Yeah.
For what?
For what? Like real talk. Like
real talk. What did the price go down to? What's the rate that you're seeing? Like send screenshots. Screenshots can save the day because now you actually have proof that it's cheaper. So help your TA out.
Yeah, because we deal with a lot of people. So when you email us or text us, you may look familiar to us, but we still need to go and be able to look up everything so we get you the right
or
info.
If
so
you just text me saying my price went down, and I say, who this?
Went down on what? New price. Who this?
I love you, but who is this?
New price. Who this? Let's see. What is another tip? Money. Bring enough cash for your trip and avoid having to pay those ATM fees.
Oh, yes. They charge outrageous ATM fees on cruise.
I mean,
even in the casino.
It may seem like it's a minor thing, but you can spend like $6 or more in charges just to take out money on a ship or other ATMs.
They gonna hit you.
And that's on top of the charges that your bank's going to hit you over the head with. So,
not all banks reimburse fees. So get your cash before you get on board.
It seems like a small tip, but it can be mighty when it comes to the pocket. Another one, it's going to be hard for some people to hear.
Okay.
All right. It's no news that casinos are bad when you're trying to save money.
Uh-oh.
Even land-based casinos do the same thing. The best payouts aren't in your favor, but cruise ships are notoriously tight when it comes to payouts.
Oh, that's a good one.
So avoid the casino, do the payouts. Yeah. Unless you're just one of those people that's ride or die, hardcore casino. If you're going to go, just be mindful. If you want to save money, you're better off limiting your play. If you still want to gamble, just realize that
tight payout.
They
ain't going to pay out a big win every sailing.
So
just know that.
Another tip I would probably give you when it comes to casino, because I know a lot of people get a lot of casino deals, but I also know that you put a lot of money on the line to get those casino deals. So sometimes it balances out, sometimes it doesn't.
That's one of the perks about the casino.
Like us, find somebody that actually does the casino and wins at the casino and gets those trips, keyword wins at the casinos, and ask them what's their best practices to go into the casino. Because I don't know, some of y'all might be out here balling like billionaires, but we ball on a budget. We got a certain number that we go on board. If we're going to gamble, we gamble with that. Once that we go,
and we actually plan out those trips. Like we are specifically going on this cruise to gamble.
That part. We talked about this in one of our lives and one of our videos before, but become an AARP member and you can save a ton of money on your cruise.
It's amazing.
It doesn't even matter what your age is.
Nope.
You can become an AARP member. It's about $12 a year. And when you sign up, you'll be eligible for all kinds of discounts, gift cards to cruise lines like Carnival, Royal, Princess, Celebrity, Holland America, just to name a few. I know some people, when we talked about it before, they were hitting us up like, I just signed up for AARP. I'm about to save me some money.
Because Holland America does an actual deep discount for AARP members.
Yeah, you can save a lot of money.
So, yeah.
Join
I'm down for that.
AARP. AARP.
You do not have to be a senior citizen to take advantage of the benefits.
Let's see. Bring any type of toiletries or medicine you need, because it's expensive on a cruise ship.
So make sure you have what you need before you get on board.
Yeah.
Or if you start to get a sniffle or a little one starts getting a sniffle, see if you can wait till you get in port the next day and try to get it in port, because I've seen like cough syrup like Robitussin or NyQuil or something like that.
$17.99 for a bottle of Dayquil.
$17, y'all. Or even for like feminine products. Outrageously expensive.
Yeah. Especially you don't want to get caught like when the store is closed if you're on the ship. Oh my God. And then you can't get anything until it opens the next day. And heck forbid that you're going, and you really can't get in when you go to port. So, yeah. Another thing that you could do to save money while on a cruise is keep your port days simple to save some coins.
Oh, yeah.
So not every time you go to a port do you need to go out and do an excursion. You know, because they are going to tax you, especially if you go to Alaska, like we just found out. That is probably the most expensive excursions we've ever had.
Cruise ports.
On a cruise. But there are some cheap things to do. Head to the beach.
Absolutely.
You know, you can pay a few dollars and you can go to a hotel or a restaurant. You know, sometimes they'll have like little outside areas with like beach loungers and umbrellas and stuff that are a lot cheaper than paying for a resort.
Do your own walking tour.
Yeah.
We did that.
Just get out and explore.
When we went, the first time we went to the Med.
Don't go bankrupt.
The
more money you save on a cruise means the more cruises you can take.
Absolutely.
And, you know, the ultimate way to save money?
What?
Just stay on the ship.
Oh, well, yeah, there's that too.
Especially if you've been to a port or 18,000 times. And I know a lot of you guys do that. Just stay on the ship.
Stay on the ship.
Yeah.
Especially if it's a big giant ship like Icon or Utopia. You have plenty of things to do on board that you don't have to spend a dime.
Yeah. Now, I noticed you took a sip of your cocktail there.
Mine is dang near gone.
I'm going to do the same because the next tip kind of ties into this.
Oh, okay.
All right. You want to save on drinks?
Please do.
Wait till you get into port.
Oh, heck yeah.
A lot of people a lot of the bars cater to people that are cruising. They'll have drink specials. They'll have, cheaper drinks when you get off the ship. So if you are balling on a budget and you didn't do the drink package and you're just kind of limiting, if you want to turn up when you get to the port, that's probably the time to do so because you're going to find a lot cheaper cocktails. And actually, in some cases, cocktails will be a little bit better than
what you're getting on the ship.
Some of the ones that you're getting on the ship.
We've done this in Aruba. We've done this in Mexico, where there's definitely bars that like are in the area that offer happy hour specials. Like when we were in Aruba and they had the two for one.
Yeah. And
we all got 4 drinks because it was a 2-for-1 and it was like $10. So for $20, I got 4 cocktails. So it was a great deal.
Or if you pay for the drink package, if you could just wait a little while until you get back on the ship, then you ain't got to buy drinks when you get off the ship. You know, maybe one, but then just wait, and then you can drink again when you get on the ship. I mean, it sounds like it's not that big of a thing, but when you really kind of apply some of these things, it kind of helps you out.
Cocktails go anywhere from $12 to $14 or higher, depending on what you like to drink. So, and if you're drinking multiple drinks in port, that you could save money and just wait till you get back on the ship.
Yeah. This is the one I want to tell people about. If you a lot of people fly in to take their cruise.
Yes.
And they get there and they buy the cruise line transfers to the port. 9 times out of 10, those cruise line transfers are going to be double the amount that you would pay if you just ordered an Uber or a Lyft. And if you're coming in with someone, you can split the price of the Uber and the Lyft. You can't do that with the cruise line transfer. I don't think I haven't ever done a cruise line transfer. I think you and your sister did once, didn't you?
My sister lives and breathes by the
but that's just... I mean, it's tempting to just get off the plane and then you got to wait on everybody because they're not going to just leave with just you. So you got to wait until they get a certain amount of people on, and then you got to just.
Terry is anti. I'm going to say I am if it's more convenient. So if you know that you need wheelchair assistance, or if you need walking assistance, or if you need anything like that, I would say do the transfer, because it's going to take you directly from the airport directly to the terminal, and they'll let people know when you get to the terminal that you do need assistance. So that's my only pro. That's the word I was looking for. My only pro for using the transfers. It is more expensive because they're going to range anywhere from $25 to $35 per person one way. So, and that's way more than you're going to pay for an Uber or Lyft. But if you want to make sure that your scooter or wheelchair or any other assistance that you may need is taken care of, that's why I say use the transfer.
Yeah. But other than that,
but
Uber
for us
and Lyft,
we're going to Uber or Lyft.
They're your friends.
And that we like Uber, especially because we can make sure that, well, one, we get reimbursed for a credit card. So, so there's that perk. And then we also can choose the type of Uber or Lyft that we are using. So
sometimes you want to arrive in style. You want to do the Uber X, and sometimes you want to do the other Premier or something, you know. Next tip to help you save money is know some of the fine print when it comes to room service fees.
Oh, yes, y'all.
It used to be completely free on cruise ships, but these days, if they can get a fee for it and make some money, they can do it. The good news is often they're only for delivering during specific hours, like late night or specific menu items. So make sure you check out the menu and read the fine print before you order to save yourself some cash on room service.
Because those service fees can range anywhere from $8 to $12 in the wee hours of the morning.
And another quick little note, because I love my crew, don't forget to tip the person that's bringing you your food.
Yeah, tip the servers or the what do they call them? Room service attendants.
Yeah.
Make sure and they
just a few bucks.
Just cash, not like on the paper.
Yeah. Just, give them, a $5 in the hand and be like, thank you. They'll appreciate that.
And if you end up ordering room service again, they will be there lickety split.
They might hook you up. Before you book is the next tip. You want to look for perks on some of the third-party sites, especially if you're not using a TA. But why would you want to
don't do that? Use a TA.
Not do that. But there are a couple of different sites that can save you some dollars and give you some good perks. Just make sure you find a credible service to do it. Because, some people, they'll use like Orbitz and different things like that, Costco to book their cruises and whatnot.
Even with those, technically booking with Costco or with Orbitz or Expedia, which a lot of people do use, technically that is still using a travel advisor. So just know that if you book with Costco or Expedia, Orbitz, or any of those third-party websites like we're talking about, if there is an issue with your cruise, you may not be able to call the cruise line directly to get that situation fixed. You'll have to go through whoever you went through. So you'll have to call Expedia, talk to somebody on a 1-800 number, or call Costco, talk to somebody on that 1-800 number, and then they will have to call and relay the problem or issue and make sure something gets fixed.
That part.
So just keep that in mind when using third party.
If you can just wait until the ship gets into port, you'll usually have pharmacies or other small shops that are there where you can pick up those necessities that you forgot, and you're going to pay way less on the ship. So again, another little thing is if you can wait, have a little patience, you can get what you need when you get into port.
Oh, yeah.
Here's another oldie but goodie. Speaking of oldie, older ships, y'all, have cheaper cruises.
Absolutely.
We all like to sail on the new, the latest and greatest, but you can save a bundle by bundling your, different commercial, by booking your cruise on an older ship.
Okay.
Yeah. They've got, more than likely, they're going to have the space. Or some of the amenities, they're going to be kind of comfortable. You can find some similar itineraries to some of the bigger ships, but for hundreds of dollars less. In fact, a lot of people like the smaller ships, and we've talked about that because they get to go to itineraries that some of the larger ships can't go to.
Exactly.
So if you're okay with doing an older ship, you can save some big money. I'm just saying, you can save some big money. You want to know the exchange rate before heading off into the ports.
Y'all are so funny.
Every port pretty much will accept American dollars, American currency, unless you're going abroad. And then, of course, you're going to have to deal with those exchange rates.
Caribbean, 9 times out of 10 will.
Yeah. If you go into the Caribbean, chances are you're good to go.
Yeah.
But if you can like order your money from the bank before you leave, that is going to save you tremendously. I think a lot of people don't realize that you can go to the bank
and ask for.
You can either do it online or go. Heaven forbid, actually go into a bank now. But you can go in and you can order the currency ahead of time, which is going to save you tremendously before you get there. For instance, exchange rate between Mexican pesos and US dollars might be 20 to 1.
Right.
You know, local shops may give you 15 to 1. So that means your money doesn't really go as far as it really should. So you'd have to wind up shopping around for a better price anyway to get the best rate. But you can also use a credit card to get the best rate. So just be mindful of those exchange rates before you head into port. Here's something that can save you money when you're booking a cruise, and then either your TA can handle it or if you book it on your own, you can do it yourself. But let the cruise line pick your cabin.
And that's basically doing a guarantee. Not always a guarantee. But
no, not always.
It's not always a guarantee, but especially the guarantees are when they're going to pick your cabin. But usually if you just let them tally up or randomly pick your room or your cabin before you like make your final selection, it'll save you some money.
Yeah, because normally you can choose forward, mid, or aft when you're making your booking, and then they'll just pick a cabin in forward, mid, and aft for you. But you can save some dollars because they'll tax on a couple of extra dollars if you want to go and pick it yourself.
I want the second cabin to the left on the.
Yeah, so for us, we just want to be on the ship. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, as long as we on the ship, we good. Why spend money when you don't have to?
What do you mean?
There are a lot of people out there that know how to rock those credit card points.
Right.
So if you, and there are videos on YouTube that explains how to do it, but you can use those credit cash rewards programs towards your travel expenses. There are some genies and gurus out there that know how to work that thing. And if you are one of those, I would love to have a one-on-one conversation with you. One of my favorite cruise hacks and cruise tips.
Oh, yes.
Go with an interior cabin, especially if you are on a short trip. You're not really going to be in the room anyway.
Sleep and shower.
And then for some people that have a hard time sleeping, when you get in those interior cabins, it is blacked out. You may lose track of time.
Best sleep of our life, I will still hands down say, was the interior cabin we had on Princess.
Man, come on. Now, don't get us wrong. Interior cabins are not going to be for everybody out there. It's just not.
If you're claustrophobic
But it can help you save some money.
Yeah.
Find rates, hundreds, thousands less than balcony rooms.
Absolutely.
Even on the yacht club, they have yacht club interiors that you can save money. You're still going to pay a little bit, but you can still save some money.
And get the perks of yacht club.
For an interior cabin.
Especially if you're cruising in the off season. Like when we first cruised the Mediterranean, we went in for our anniversary. We went in February. So it's cold in Europe in February. So there's no reason to be on your balcony when it's 30, 40 degrees outside. There's no need for it. So we absolutely chose an interior because we knew we weren't going to be trying to be outside on a balcony.
Right.
Now, the caveat to this is for our Alaska cruise, we made sure we had a balcony.
Oh, yeah, you definitely want one. You definitely want a balcony when you go to Alaska. Don't skimp on that one.
You want the views. So if you've never been to Europe and you're going on a Mediterranean cruise, we could have done a balcony, but we were more excited about the actual ports and being in port more than seeing the port from the ship.
Yeah.
For Alaska, you're going to need to see the wilderness and see that from a balcony. So it made sense to me from a balcony.
Here's another little drink tip for you.
Oh.
If you can stomach it,
that's what I was about to say.
If you are just one of those people that just want to just save every bit of money
penny pinching,
and you want a glass of bubbly on the house,
or 2 or 3 or 4,
go to an art auction.
Go to the art auctions.
They're gonna make sure you good.
They're gonna try to swindle.
Normally some free drinks.
They're gonna try to swindle you into buying some art.
But there gonna be some free drinks there.
But they will have the free drinks, and if you have auction. 30 minutes to an hour that you're like, what the heck?
Yeah, I ain't saying go buy nothing, But you can post up in there and just,
and don't move while you're in that auction, because the slightest movement.
Did you see that Peter Max? That Peter Max.
Peter Max.
All right, next tip. Oh, we got tips for days. Okay. Here's one to save you some money.
Absolutely.
Eat on the ship to get your money's worth.
Heck yeah.
Even if you're going into the port, if you're heading into port, remember when you get there, everything once you step off that ship is coming out of your pocket. Mm-hmm. So if you're going to pay for it, you might as well eat it on the ship. Get up early, grab you some breakfast or, whatever. If you're still in port for a long time, if you're close by the ship,
go back on the ship. Go eat
some lunch, and get back off the ship again. Mm-hmm. But you can definitely save some money. Eat on the ship to get your money's worth. Let's see. What's another tip? Repositioning cruises.
We have yet to do one.
Repositioning cruises are normally hard to beat.
Yeah. Dirt cheap.
Especially if they're selling a big loop or in another city. Mm-hmm. No round trips. That means they're lower prices.
Yep.
One and done. Go have some fun. Save some money. I got bars today.
You got bars today.
One and done. Go have some fun and save a few $100s. Just keep in mind though, you're gonna pay for your transportation pay one way back home.
From a different port.
If you got the time and you want to save some big money, repositioning cruises are definitely gonna get you there.
And repositionings happen all the time. It's not necessarily just the repositioning from the U.S. to Europe, the transatlantics. There's repositionings that do the Panama Canal that go from Miami to L.A. Mm-hmm. There's the ones that go from Dubai to Singapore. Mm-hmm. Or Singapore to Asia, to Australia. So they sell all over the place.
Another way to save some money.
What's that?
Don't park at the cruise line.
Oh, Jesus decks. Lord.
You gonna pay.
They oh my gosh.
Sometimes it could be cheaper to park at a third party parking lot and then just catch a little Uber or, some type of transportation to get to your final port destination than it is to set your car up for a week and they're charging you an outrageous amount of money to have your car there. So if you're driving to port, you need a place to park. If you're not finding the parking cruise that we mentioned earlier in our tips, the most convenient thing and the least expensive option is to find a independent parking lot that has a free shuttle back and forth from the ship and park there.
Definitely.
You know the rules about bringing alcohol on a cruise ship, but you know that you can bring snacks on the ship?
Heck yeah. Your girl is a snacker.
No fresh fruit, no baked goods and stuff like that. But if it's prepackaged, you can bring snacks on the ship. Yeah.
I am known for bringing all kinds of candy on a ship. I bring chips on the ship.
Almost
because
everything.
You're not going to find regular chips on a ship.
No.
And who's trying to pay $6 for a can of Pringles?
Bruh.
Nobody.
If you got the space... If you got a bag just for snacks, especially when you get the munchies at night, depending on the cruise line, maybe you don't want no pizza or something like that. Bring your own snacks on board and save.
That's 90% what's in my carry-on
bag. Especially if you got kids. What snacks do they like? Bring the snacks.
Bring the snacks on board, and then I'm gonna do a bonus that piggybacks on the snacks.
Okay.
Bring some Ziploc bags. Mm-hmm. So that when you're in the buffet, you can put some snacks from the buffet in your Ziploc bag. That way you have them in your cabin. Great for cookies. Great for like the rolls or the breadsticks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Perfect snacks at night.
Yeah. Here's one.
There's another one.
Because we're doing this on our upcoming cruise. If you want to pay for a specialty restaurant,
yes,
try it out for lunch.
Instead.
Get a discount.
Yes.
If you for Mason Jar on Royal, and I actually hear that the lunch is better. I'm sorry, it's better than the dinner.
The brunch is better than the dinner.
But it's typically a little bit cheaper, because, especially restaurants are not going to be included in the price at all. They typically charge higher end eateries, maybe 40, an extra 50, 15, 60. 30 or more per person. If you want to eat there but save some money, go during lunch.
Where it's like half price.
Most of them have lower lunch rates, 25, 40% less than eating dinner. And on Carnival, at least, I know some spots that charge for dinner offer the free meal during lunch.
Yes.
So you can actually go and eat for free.
For lunch.
It's not the full dining experience now.
Right. But you get to taste what they got to offer.
But you can eat for free.
For free.
And
we love anything for the free.
Yeah. So with Addy's bonus tip, I think we just gave you 30 tips to save money on a cruise. All right.
Save some money.
If you want to find out more on how to save money, first time tips, you want to see special cruises, make sure you click on that playlist right over there and you will get all the info you need. So with that, hopefully that will help you save some money. Out of those 30 tips, there should have been something in there
for everybody.
Maybe you knew it, maybe you didn't, but that will definitely help you out. 30 tips to save money on a cruise.